Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu zungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika, imarika we. And this occasion is to be able to relaunch our Thika branch. Our Thika branch was started in March 2018, just about 3 years after opening the Cardinal OTUNGA PLAZA branch, which was our first branch. We are targeting basically all the dioceses. Diocese of Muranga, we are already targeting that in terms of opening a branch. This particular branch is the one that has birthed the Nyeri branch, which is housed at the very famous Nyaadha Plaza. The Nyeri branch, together with this branch, will serve the bigger Mount Kenya region, and as we identify business opportunities, we shall expand to those areas. We have realized that the Mangu and its environs is very big potential and cause for financial services of the Archdiocese of Nairobi through the Caritas Bank. So we'll be very soon opening a marketing branch in Gatondo and also in Kamwangi. And as we grow and as we raise more capital, we'll be able to ensure that we are all over Kenya because our license covers the whole country. It will definitely. In terms of growing their businesses, we have various loan products that we can be able to support those who are in business and even those who are doing agricultural activities. You recall recently the Archdiocese of Nairobi launched a Caritas Dairy in Rimuru, and that is also part of our initiative to support the local communities that are involved in agriculture. We have a product for the agricultural people who are involved in farming in terms of value addition to their own produce.
name is David Mukaru, the CEO of Caritas Microfinance Bank. Today we are here to relaunch the expanded Thika branch to be able to do more business. What you've just seen is a branch that is now bigger, better, and able to offer more services. This is our Central Province Regional branch that will be able to target Murang'a Diocese. We'll be able to target Embu. We'll also be able to target Kitui. Then within the Archdiocese of Nairobi, we'll be able to target 3 more deaneries: the deanery of Ruiru, the deanery of Gatondo, and the deanery of Mangu. So we are spreading our wings and we are targeting more. We will be able to service more and do more for our Christians.
The opening of the new branch or relaunching this particular branch is very, very important even in the church, because one of the objectives of the church or even the Archdiocese of Nairobi is to ensure that Christians are living a decent life. And one way to ensure that they live a decent life is to empower them socially and even economically. Because if they live a decent life, then they are able to cater for their families and even to assist the less privileged within the society. It's going to benefit the church because it is a financial arm of the Archdiocese of Nairobi. And a financial arm is to assist people to generate resources to fund the different projects that we have in the Archdiocese of Nairobi. We have seen our institutions, the parishes, the schools, the hospitals, being able to get financial facilities, and therefore they are able to buy or purchase pieces of land and even to come up with development of the infrastructure to ensure they are able to carry out services in the best way possible. And this is in line with the mission of the church.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Oh God, in your wise providence, you are glad to bless all human labor and the work of our hands and of our minds. Grant that all who plan and conduct business in this office may, through your guidance and support, come to right decision and carry them out fairly. We ask this through Christ our Lord.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. Welcome to Caritas Microfinance Bank, Thika branch. We are honored to have you here and all the guests who have been invited and have graced this occasion. Today, we are celebrating the expansion of our branch. Like it was said, this branch was opened in the year 2018, and we are grateful that the priest who actually opened the branch has arrived. Yes. And he is here. Yes. And he can see what he actually did. Father Karibu, and we are glad to have you. Your Eminence, this branch now is able to hold 3 times the size it had, and it's able to do 3 times the business. We also have some head office structures. Our backups, our system backups will also be sitting here. So by extension, it's also our head office. We will be able to do more. We'll be able to do corporate business. Where you are seated is the corporate wing. Most of our priests and our large businesses will be coming and be served there. A nice cake will always be ready here, and a cup of tea will be behind where you are seated, and they'll be served in front.
The cake to be behind the seat.
Next to the seats. We will bring it to the front. In front of you, we will have the bulk teller. It's blocked by the cameras, but that's where now they'll be going through and getting served. We are happy to have you here because the idea came from you. You started this bank all the way from 2015. We now have 10 branches. This is one of those branches. We are now serving physically. We are serving 5 dioceses and archdioceses of Nyeri, this together with Nakuru and other dioceses. So we can see we are expanding, and we are spreading our wings. So for us is to really appreciate what you started, and we promise you that we will continue and ensure that we get to what your dream was. We target the church, both the church and also the private institutions. The church to be able now to ensure that the payment systems are up and running, and we target all the other institutions together with the church. So we want to welcome the community here in Thika and tell them to feel at home. Caritas is love, and love is Caritas. Here you'll come, you'll be served with dignity. We want to ensure that all our households here in Thika get back their dignity through ethical financial services. So I want to welcome our chairman to say a few words, and be able to welcome His Eminence to cut this cake to celebrate the expansion of this new look branch that is now what we consider as our regional branch that will serve Murang'a, will serve Embu, will serve Kirinyaga, which is part of Murang'a Diocese. Will also serve part of Kitui Diocese. And up the mountain, we will now spread our wings. Your Eminence, we do not have a presence in Mangu Dinari. We are planning to open a branch to serve Mangu Dinari. We do not have a branch in Gatondo Dinari. We are planning to have a branch for Gatondo Dinari. We do not have a branch in Thika Dinari, the new Thika Dinari, Roiro Dinari. We are planning to have a branch there. This now will serve the Thika Dinari. And we are growing our wings and will continue expanding. It is what you started, and that's why we are very grateful to have you here with us. With those few remarks, I want to invite the chair of the board to be able to make a few remarks. Karibu sana, Chair.
Your Eminence, Cardinal John Jue, the priests that are here with us, and distinguished guests, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let me say that making a decision to start this branch in Thika, it was not just a matter of just being part of the number of the various banking institutions. It was both visionary and strategic. Visionary, because if you look at the master plan of Thika at the moment, it's a place that we can foresee that it will be the first city in Mount Kenya region, because the expansion plan that is there talks of expanding part of the area of Del Monte place, where there will be well-planned town of this or city of this of Thika. It also envisaged a situation where the Garissa Road up to Kolpi will be made a dual carriage. So from a strategic perspective, you see Thika as a gateway to eastern and northeastern, and also gateway to the larger Mount Kenya region. Now, Thika has a very rich history in itself. I'm sure most of you would wonder, where did Thika name come from? And Thika previously had been described in very many names. Shania Bridge, just because of Shania. It was also based on the very fact that it was inhabited by the Kikuyus, by Maasais, and by Kambas. It also drove its own name from those communities. For the Kikuyus, it was known as Gotika, which was Tubare, and it was because every time the Maasais met with the Kikuyus, they would fight. And so many of them would die, and then this was a burying place. And the Maasais referred this as Shika because they saw it because of the cliff where there is waterfalls as an edge where they used to sharpen their own implements. But as a result of that, when the British came in 1924, Thika was given its own charter as a town. And then the issue about Thika, Shika was finalized, because then the charter in itself described Thika as Thika Town. Those who have walked along will see a tower that has a big clock in this, and it was set up by the settlers who came here. Thereafter, the settlers did come, accompanied by Waindis, because then they were following the normal railway network. The Indians were business people and opened up various businesses in town, and of course the settlers were farmers. And you can see, as you move to Mangu, you can see that area was basically a farming area. As you go to the school, is that St. Francis? Yeah, St. Francis. And even as you go that way, you can see the expansions of those farmlands. So basically, this town is a town that anybody who thinks about investment, if you are not in Thika, then you are not where action is. So it is for that reason that we knew that taking advantage of the locality of Thika, as Thika grows, we shall also grow. It is also home of very, very renowned universities, Mount Kenya, Kretsa, and also very many tertiary colleges, like the Jordan Institute of Technology. So in terms of manpower development, I think this town has prepared itself even to be a city. It is also a great honor, Your Eminence, that as you started the bank, you also encouraged us to be here in Thika. We shall, and we have done that, developed financial products that are associate or resonate very well with our great supporters, the priests, and also with the farmers in this town. So I, as the chairman, together with my board, am very, very pleased that we have expanded this to reflect our growth and to reflect the focus that we have in terms of our customers. Let me take this opportunity to introduce the very directors of this bank that managed to come. We have Graham Wariora, who is with us here, and he represents the self-help groups at the board level. I have one of the first directors who is with us here and comes from Thika. That is Madam Regina Kamau. Regina Kamau is well known here in Thika because of her involvement in the development of the church and church activities. I have Professor Peter Kereri, who is here, and he's the one who takes care of business development and even thinking and actualizing this particular branch. It was the brainchild of him and his team. We do recognize the kind of commitment you have for this bank. I have never seen such a commitment for board members of many institutions that I have been involved in, like I have seen in this particular bank. The list of all the other directors who may not be here. Thogo is here. Yeah, George Thogo is also here. And George Sego is an expert in ICT and has helped us quite a lot in terms of networking. And I'm told that our application is one of the best from the feedback of our customers. And also we have here Father Simon. Father Simon is a procurator of the Archdiocese of Nairobi, and he represents the ownership of the bank at the church level, because the bank is owned 50% by the self-help groups and 50% by the Archdiocese of Nairobi. And without further ado, I hope I have not left out any of the director. We have Dr. Anne-Marie, who is not here. We also have Joyce.
Yes.
We have Joyce Monene, who is a legal person, and that constitutes, and Peter Carey, who is yet to be approved, Father Peter Carey, who is yet to be approved by Central Bank, as it were, because this bank is regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya. And I need also to mention that senior management are also here, and we do appreciate the leadership by David Mukaru, who is our CEO. And now it is my great pleasure to welcome His Eminence to commemorate this expansion of this board of this branch by cutting this cake, and also at the time recognizing that he's the one that sowed the first seed. He's very known of saying planting mbegu in most of his speeches, and I know a long history about him when he was in Embu. He also did a similar initiative, planted the mbegu, and that mbegu has grown, and it is even being felt at that level. Now you can imagine, this is even a bigger mbegu that is destined to grow not only in Thika. We have a presence in Nyeri, we have a presence at Cardinal OTUNGA, we have our presence in Nyeri, and we are already marching on because we have a marketing office at Homa Bay, and our marching strategy is still on, because we'll be moving to Kisumu as a marketing branch. But our emphasis is on the ratio of 80-20. 80 is, as Father Mwaura said, we need to focus that in our area of jurisdiction as the Archdiocese of Nairobi, there is very rich parishes and very rich deaneries. So we are focusing in opening a marketing branch in Kamwangi. We are focusing in terms of opening a branch in Dongori to take advantage of the very rich environment that we already enjoy, and one that will not require quite a bit of convincing, because they are already convinced, as it was articulated very well by Father Wainaina. Let me take this opportunity. Yes, I'm told that the self-help group advisory board, they are also here. I would like them to come forward so that people can be able to see them. Just come over. I'll give you the mic to introduce your members. These are the advisory, the apex body of the self-help groups, and we work with them very closely for matters of policy and for matters of operations, to ensure that there is efficiency in terms of our own group. Professor Kireri and Graham are also part of the bigger group of the advisory committee. You can introduce your members.
Good afternoon. Our bishop and the priests here and the directors, and all of us. I'm glad to stand before you. My name is Wainaina Cheresia. I come from Mau Zone, and I'm glad because when you see the bank here, we know our people will be served. And even coming, we are good customers here and seeing more space. We're very happy. I hear Kamwangi, you come in, Caritas. and we are welcoming you. We thank God for this. Bishop, we thank you for this. May God bless you all. Asanteni.
Here and all of protocols observed. Fidelis Nene, I represent Gatundu Zone, the neighbors, and I'm also happy because today the CEO promised that he's coming to Gatundu soonest. You're most welcome. Thank you so much, and we love this bank. This is our bank as at now. This is the nearest from Gatundu. So we'll be happy when you come to Gatundu. Thank you so much.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristo.
My chairman, CEO, and my fellow directors, fellow self-help group members. I serve on the advisory board representing the bank on the advisory board, and we are glad with the expansion process. Now that I chair also the finance and strategy, I think what the CEO is saying is what we actually intend to implement. Thank you very much for the support you give the bank, and we do pray that you will continue not only supporting but also continue to pray for the bank as we continue meeting those prayers and blessings. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I want also to recognize that the ownership of the bank is through the various church trustees, and we have one of the trustees who's here with us, Father Emmanuel Boge, just to wave. If there is any other trustee, we do recognize them for the good work that they have done in supporting this bank. And without further ado, I take this opportunity to invite our eminence, our dear eminence, Cardinal John Jue, whose efforts in terms of taking over the idea and actualizing the idea of the servant of God is the one who gave us a lot of support, put in the seed capital, and now we can see ourselves. Our share capital is actually now growing to 1 billion Kenya shillings, and we started with only 60 million shillings. We were at the board level a little bit doubtful as to whether the church would be able to marshal that kind of resources, and now I'm very proud that before the end of this year we shall have a capital base of 1 billion Kenya shillings. We thank you very much, and we can assure you of a commitment to grow this bank even later as a commercial bank. So, Father Wainaina, Father Mwaora, you do not have to worry that you are kicked out from some of these big banks, because you have a bank of your own that is going to be a bank that has branches all over Kenya. Your Eminence, I invite you. Yes, I'm also reminded by the CEO that we have a small gift for His Eminence just before he cuts the cake, because the cake will be the climax. Yeah? Father? Father Kabuel. Okay, again corrected. I'm told that we also are appreciating the very first priest who came here and blessed this branch when he opened, on behalf of his eminence, and recognition, just to show that his prayers were actually heard. You can see the infrastructure that is here. In recognition, we shall ask His Eminence to present this small token to Father Kamoyo. Your Eminence, Father Kamoyo, just come. Father, you may wish to say one or two words, just to encourage those who have also supported you, those who have walked along, especially the various priests, to make this branch. I'm told this is one of the branch that is very well supported by the priests, and also the various parishes that we have at Thika and its own environs. Father?
Organized John Capuchin and fellow priest, parish priest here, Father Bernard, and all the priests present, and also the manager. I can see the CEO, chairman. I was not prepared to say anything, but that's because there was a push. And also the wardens. I wish to first of all say thank you very much for organizing what we did. At the beginning, I was also a bit skeptical when you came to Thika, of course. And the first thing is, I was asked to help look for a place. I remember, yes, I showed the person who would rent this house to Caritas Bank for the first time. And then we started small. But as you can see, God has always been with us, has worked with us. We have tried to advocate Caritas Bank, that time to the deanery first, and then to various people also allowing the Caritas Bank also to pitch tents also at our churches at various occasions, especially big occasions that we held in the parish and the deanery, and I think that helped us a lot. I've always talked even with Father Simon here, and one of the great things that I think the Caritas Bank is just about to do is to bring us to an ecosystem whereby all Catholics and where possible all Christians can be banking in our own institution. I think that will help us a lot. We've seen examples of other institutions like the Jadaria Foundation, Aga Khan and their hospitals, schools, and also the Chase Bank. They are all doing their own ecosystem, and they are a formidable power today in the world. So why can't we also have the same as Caritas Bank, the church, that we should be very proud of the church, the bank of our own church. So I thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you also for the gift. I'm not saying what it is, but I hope it's something good. And I thank the management and the servants. Actually, this dream, as he says, so that is planting the seed of faith is not so difficult, but what is difficult is to make sure that it grows and endures. So may God bless you all. May God continue blessing Caritas Bank and all our customers and the management and the board. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Before I call His Eminence to cut the cake, let me also recognize the presence of QS Magembe. QS is here. QS Magembe is the one who has been involved in putting this place in rebranding most of our branches, and he's the one who did the first setup of this branch and even the new branch. Those who have visited our branches can see how well lighted they are, how good the branch is, even in terms of color. We want to recognize him because he has worked with us along our journey, and we will continue working with him. So it is my singular honor to invite His Eminence to cut this cake as a sign of the continued growth of his baby. To cut? Yes.
It is our moment to cut our cake, commemorate this day. We shall sing, Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki. Kata keki. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki tukule sasa.
Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki. Kata keki. Kata keki tukule sasa. Hii ni keki sio ugali. 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 Kata keki. Kata keki. Kata keki tukule sasa.
I think we pray for it because we will just leave it like that and people will be sick. For the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, bless us, Lord. These are the gifts to receive from your body, through Christ our Lord. Amen. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Our customers are able to check their accounts, they are able to check their transactions over the mobile phone. They don't have to travel long distances to go and confirm that their accounts are okay. What we are also responsible to do is to provide financial literacy, to train our people, to give awareness to our people for them to know what kind of financial services there are, how to protect their own bank accounts, and by not sharing their passwords with strangers, even with the family members, because we have seen family members losing money because they have shared their passwords. So we are creating awareness in the community, in the household, to ensure that everybody is responsible for the security of their funds. But at the same time, as a bank, we are also ensuring that we are secure by ensuring that we come up with systems which are strong enough, newer, and are able to take care of the community as we grow the bank.
This bank is driven by the ethical principles. We have a robust ICT system. We have policies and procedures that are reviewed constantly to ensure that we are providing our financial services ethically. But more importantly, we are regulated by Central Bank of Kenya. And there is no way that this bank, as a microfinance, can be able to be involved in any malpractices that do not conform with ethical values and also with the prudential guidelines of the Central Bank of Kenya.
The members, I invite you, let us join Caritas. We are going to receive lovely services. We are going also to receive services that are going to help us to be empowered socially and economically to be able to sustain our families and even to live a decent life in the society.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika.